Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth Scenes and Scents, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a lot of the bars that are in my spring and summer wax collection. I will do a couple of videos, 2 or 3 probably, to give you the entire collection, but to start off we're going to do the blue and green bin, and we're going to do the pink and purple bin, and see if I can fit some more in before we get to too long-winded of a video. So let's get started, and don't forget to check out my website, waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us, where I am Liz Quinn, your certified Scentsy consultant. And that goes with my channel, Elizabeth Scenes and Scents, so that we get all things wax and Scentsy goodness all the time. So let's start off with one of my favorite bars. Last year, there was a wonderful scent of the month called Palm Trees and Ocean Breeze, and I wasn't sure if it was going to come back, so I stocked up. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars of Palm Trees and Ocean Breeze here, and thankfully it did come back into this year's spring-summer catalog. What I love about this bar is that it's got a little bit of pineapple, it's got a lot of beachy, watery goodness, and it's just the perfect balance of those things with a little bit of warmth. It's not too much like just sea salt or just clean air. It captures the beach at the same time. So then I have 1 bar of Sand Swept, which we just talked about this morning in my What I've Been Warming video. Oh, this is so good. This is like a walk along the beach with a little bit of that sandstone, that rock quality that they talk about in the description. It's very well captured here. Excellent bar. Good throw, too. So then we have a real classic, which is By the Sea. And By the Sea just comes back and comes back. I don't think it ever retires, which is great. And it's definitely more salty. Like the other 2 I just talked about, those are still very aquatic and fresh, but this has the salty sea air and a little bit of beach grass. It's really good. Nice and strong too, although I have had a couple bars of that were duds, and thankfully I just kept trying, and now I have a good selection, good stash. Well, okay, I had a stash, but I gave some of it away. I've only got 1 bar left right now. Shoreline Drive. That one is new as of this spring-summer catalog about 2 weeks ago. And it's got a little bit more of a sea mist quality, almost kind of like a perfumey quality to it, with everything else that goes with walking along a seaside beach. So it's quite strong. I've only melted it once, so I don't have more to tell you about it than that. Then I have Blue Agave and Melon. Now this is not as much watery or aquatic, it's just very fresh. It's very melony, and it's got that agave. This was in the summer collection last year. Oh, and it's just so good. It's nice and warm and friendly and clean. Okay, then we have Mahalo Coconut, which is right at the top of the list. Cocoa Lime, Mahalo Coconut, Hibiscus Pineapple, and there's 1 more. Oh, and Summer Holiday. Those are just favorites of mine from the spring, summer. And here is Mahalo Coconut itself. It's so light, but it still has enough throw to be interesting. It's not washed out at all. So it has violet and Hawaiian lei and creamy coconut and a little bit of pineapple, and it's lush and gorgeous. If you haven't ever tried this, I highly encourage you. So I've got 2 bars of that. I just ordered some Iridescent Pearl, which is very light and watery. It's got apple blossom and maybe some green watery florals. I hope that this thing will perform for me because it's beautiful. But the last time I had it, which was when it was a new release a couple years ago, I got nothing out of it, so this is its last chance with me. Okay, then we have Candy Crave. Now Candy Crave is really good, but again, it's very, very light. It was in the Bring Back My Bar last year. And this is more like raspberry and cotton candy and like a little splash of cream. That's not in the notes, but that's what I get out of it. And then I have Blue Grotto. This one's nice and strong. This is a very good orange and citrusy lush botanical mix, which is probably the only one that they do right now. And it's very intriguing because it's really bright on the citrus, but then all those other notes sort of make a really interesting mixture. Okay, then we have, this is one of my favorites. This is kind of a relic of a bar. This is Endless Sea. Now, several summers ago, they did this great summer collection, one of the first summer collections that I remember, maybe one or two before this, but when I really started paying attention to Scentsy, this was my first real summer collection. Endless Sea, Driftwood Bay, which I do not have, Toasted Marshmallow, which is in my club, and Gone Campin', which is in the worst bars ever Hall of Shame for me, but that's how I met my director, who was my consultant for a long time. Her name is Jennifer Hong. She has fantastic customer service. She's a lovely person to work with, and I had gotten Gone Campin', had never met my consultant because I was just randomly picking somebody on the internet that didn't live too far away and ordering from them. So I called her, left her a message. She got back with me, she replaced that horrible bar, and we started to have a relationship, and she is just a wonderful person to work with to this day. So, all that out of Endless Sea, which is sailcloth and marine water, and it is so good. Because that little bit of almost like a linen smell, it just makes it different. It makes it fresh, it makes it nautical, but not tropical. And I wish we could get more of those back in our spring and summer collections, because I do love a good tropical scent, but I don't always want to go to the beach when I have my water. So then we have Harbor's Edge. This one was a scent of the month for August a few years ago. Great bar, wonderful performer. It's in my club. And this has raspberry vine and fern and lots of that fresh air and water with just the tiniest pinch of salt. So it's so complex that I never get tired of it. And I'm not a huge laundry scent person, so I use this in my laundry room when I want a fresh smell. Okay, Waves and Wonders. This is an old retired bar. I love it because it does meet all those requirements I was just talking about. It's got cypress, it's got water, and it's got this wonderful earthiness. It's warm, and I would usually melt this in August when I could get it all the time, because I'd be totally burned out on tropical, but I wasn't quite ready for, you know, your apples and your pumpkins and your spices. Excellent bar. If you ever find this somewhere, I would encourage you to get it. Okay, now Luna's in here more by virtue of being blue than that it's in the right category. So Luna is a very genteel floral, very light, always in the catalog. She even survives the cut when all the other florals go away in the wintertime. She's sandalwood and berries, very light, very smooth. I have trouble with the performance with that bar, but it's a classic and everybody loves it. I think you can even get it in a brick in Scentsy Club. Okay, then after that, I love this bar. It is old. Look how sadly discolored that pretty once blue cube is. Sea Sun and Fun smells like the best suntan lotion with happy little kids running around on the beach building sandcastles. It is so happy. And it's so strong, and I really miss it. So can we please vote this back again? I need some more Sea Sun and Fun. Okay, then I have a retired bar that came back in the BBMB last year, and that is Honeymoon Hideaway. Now this is beautiful, but it doesn't throw very well, so I understand why they retired it, but it's so good. Kiwi, lush palm, light, smooth, romantic. I have 2 bars of this and I baby them along in my bedroom or another small space. Okay, a brand new release that I have melted a lot more than Shoreline Drive, which is kind of its cousin. This is Daydream Oasis. That's actually melting in the house today. I love this. I feel like all of the watery floral aquatics that we get every spring, it's like all those were practiced, and now this is like the real master score. This is so good. It has the right amount of water, it's got the right amount of greens, it's got the right amount of melon, and the pinch of floral. I can't say enough good about this. Daydream Oasis is a winner for me, and it's got a good medium to medium light but steady throw. Beautiful bar. I will be clubbing this, I think, in the fall. Okay, another one that I was talking about in my my What I've Been Warming video, and that is Atlantic Air. This is beautiful. Like By the Sea is salty. This is a little more smooth. It's got orchid, so it has this little elegant whisper that the other ones don't have. And then a good amount of marine water and just a pinch of it being salty. Really lovely, restrained bar. More Harbor's Edge, we already talked about that. More Mahalo Coconut. Ooh, here's another one. This I got in the January Bring Back My Bar. This is The marvelous Maui Mist. Now this is a bar that has so many different competing notes that you either love it or hate it, I think. So it's got this very odd driftwood incense, and then it has vanilla, and then it has rose and lilac. And all of those things together create this really intriguing, you have to melt it to believe it bar. But I love it. It's light, it's weird, it's intriguing, and I'll be keeping that in my club for a while. Now next is a really good bar that nobody's heard me say a thing about yet because it's not summertime, but Bonfire Beach is a summer staple and it is so good. If you smelled toasted marshmallow, if you back that down like the toasted marshmallow and then you add some saltiness and freshness and just a little bit of the beach, you get that Bonfire Beach feeling, and it is really good. It's very layered, so it's a bar that's always interesting. So after Bonfire Beach, I have one that I really should probably just throw away, and that's Jet Set Go. And it's supposed to be like this really nice, light, tropical scent, but I get nothing from it. Absolutely nothing. So, I don't know. I think I just keep it so that I can smell it and wonder where the scent is. So then after that is what I absolutely adore in a summer scent, and that is Summer Holiday. This has been around a long time. It's got tiger lily and amber and florals, and oh, it's so good. It reminds me a lot of Endless Weekend from Bath & Body Works, but this bar, I always put it in my club because I would be so sad. This is my emotional keepsake favorite from spring, summer. So I love to melt this in May, especially May and June. So then after that, I have Blue Hyacinth, which is an amazing floral. It just reminds me of Easter. If any scent reminds me of Easter, it is the smell of hyacinth blooms. Those are the really tall, spiky flowers that you find in the forced bulbs that you can get in cute little baskets at Easter time. Oh. And this is so authentic. It smells like an aisle full of forced hyacinth blooms mixed in with, you know, your daffodils and your tulips. Oh, so nice. And then the last one that's in this particular crate is Beach, which I don't like. It's this, why am I even showing it to you? Like, you can smell it. Ugh, it's got papaya and some other funk and suntan lotion. My older daughter likes it, so I keep it around for her, but that's really the only one in this particular container. So you've got a lot here. It's really the only one in this container that I really don't like, so that's not too bad. So now let's move on to purple and reddish pink. I think this is mostly berries and fruits, but we'll see what I've got in here. So let's start off with Lemon Thyme Berry. Now Lemon Thyme Berry is nice, but I don't love it. It's one of those smells that I can melt it a little, but I don't want to melt it a lot. So actually, I think my younger daughter is mostly doing this one in for me. And it's got the lemon, it's got a little bit of the herbalness from the thyme, and then it's got kind of a purple jammy berry. And there's just something about that mix that is not my favorite. Okay, and then this one I do love. I'm getting more of this in March in my Scentsy Club. This is Aussie Plum. It wasn't good by itself, but when I mixed it with Simply Vanilla, it brought out enough of the beautiful plum and vanilla and other notes in this that I'm willing to do it as a mix and keep it because the scent appeal is fantastic. It just isn't real great on performance. So then, Scentsy's best seller of all time, as far as I know, is Black Raspberry Vanilla, and it is so nice. It's smooth. It is the scent to give to people as a first introduction to Scentsy. And it's just vanilla and black raspberry. It's mellow, it's gentle, it's got good manners, and I don't think anyone would dislike it. So then I have Huckleberry and Clementine. Now this I raved about all through January, and I'm getting more of it next month in my club. Huckleberry, Clementine, and Strawberry Vine. Some people hated the Strawberry Vine. I am totally addicted to this. I'm getting 2 or 3 bars next month in my bi-monthly club. I'm very excited about that. Now, we have Summer Moonlight. This is a new release, and I've melted 3 cubes so far. The verdict is still kind of out for me as to whether or not I really like this. I thought I was going to hate it on cold sniff. Then I melted it, and I liked it better. And it's growing on me. It's got strawberries and sandalwood and a little bit of floral, so it's just a unique combination that I'm getting used to. Okay, then here's one that I don't like at all. Lucky in Love. There's something about this that reminds me of sweet tarts, but in a bad way. Yep, ugh, don't like it. A lot of people love this bar. Again, my younger daughter is sort of taking care of this for me quietly while I'm not watching. What's next? Ooh, Be Fabulous. Now this is what it says. This is a fabulous bar, and that's one of my favorite superlatives. Oh, so good. It's got limoncello and grapefruit and some other notes that I don't remember. This bar is bright and sunny. This is like April, May, and June in a bar. So good. If you haven't tried that, get yourself some Be Fabulous. Okay, now here's another one of those where I like it, and then I don't like it, and then I love it, and then I really don't like it, and that's Coastal Sunset. I think it's because it's so complex. So different days I get different things. There's something called Amethyst Amber, which I have no clue what that is. There's coconut and there's sandalwood. So it's sort of masculine, it's sort of tropical, and it's sort of perfumey. I wonder if there's, well, it's Amethyst Amber, which I've never heard of, again. But that amber quality is weird. It's not like your regular amber. It's an odd bar. So if you love it, leave me something about it in the comments below, because I just can't figure it out. Okay, Bora Bora Blossom. Now, this was also in Bring Back My Bar. It's light. And it's so pretty. It's a little bit more feminine and not quite as strong as Mahalo Coconut, but it's similar. It's got that wonderful tropical lushness. I think I will be keeping this around for a couple rounds. I think this has violet leaf in it and maybe orchid and some other stuff. Really pretty bar. Okay, one of the best fruity scents I think Scentsy's ever produced. Sugared Strawberry. The first time I smelled this, I was shocked because I did not have high hopes for it. Oh, this is so good. It reminds me a little bit of the Strawberry Shortcake Doll, yes, but it's got currant and lots of strawberry and I think some lemon. Correct me if I'm wrong. Excellent bar. Wonderful mixer. The other day I did it with Graham Cracker Crunch and found out that there was a whole new world in mixing. That was something Robin H. Had come up with, and it's really good. But this is good on its own. It's good as a mixer. It's good and strong. So you put like 2 cubes of sugared strawberry in any medium-sized space, you're good all day or maybe 2 days. Okay, what's next? Ooh, this is a Bring Back My Bar that I wish I had more of. This is Sweet Amber and Freesia. Oh, this is so lovely. So this was a summer Bring Back My Bar a couple years ago. I got 3 or 4 bars of it. I only melt this in my bedroom because it's super, super light, but oh man, it's just, I don't even know what's in it. It says Sweet Amber, so this is a very gentle, light amber, and Freesia, which is one of my favorite florals. So that is excellent. Ooh, Simple Rose. Now here's the opposite of Amber and Freesia. This thing will knock you all the way over. It's Tea Rose. Woohoo! On steroids. Crabtree and Evelyn Body Wash Tea Rose on steroids. Need I say more? Good mixer. Strawberry Swirl. Now my daughter wanted this, and it's interesting. When you melt it, it gets a little weird. So maybe now that I have Simply Vanilla, I'll do this with Simply Vanilla, and it will give the strawberry milkshake that you want rather than the funky note that you get when you melt it. So we've only got the 1 bar of that. Okay, ooh, Pink Haze. Now, there's another bar of Pink Haze downstairs I haven't gotten out of an order. Oh. At first, I didn't understand this bar because I'm really a woods and spice kind of a girl. This is so subtle that it took me a couple years to warm up to it, but now I love it. So it's got vanilla fondant and berries and nectarine, I believe. And it's very... So back to Pink Haze. Hey, Kenya. So Pink Haze is very light, but it has really grown on me, and now I have to put 2 or 3 cubes in a space to get much out of it unless you're using it in a bedroom, but this one is girly and addictive. Okay, now, oh, here's another one I can't stand. Plumeria Peach. My younger daughter likes this. I don't know what it is about this thing. I get summer squash and peach, which is a bad combination. I believe it has pineapple and cucumber and peach in it, and a lot of people absolutely love it, but I will not be ordering more of that. Then we have a Rainbow Sherbet. Now this is super good, but it's one of the strongest bars in this entire spring and summer collection. Woo! Yeah, you put like 1 cube in the front of the house, 1 cube in the back of the house, and then it has key lime in it. So I would probably recommend a lemon or lime scent in other warmers to sort of spread it like really far, and then it's not too much. Now, if you are really into strong scents, this is the bar for you. if you want all the neighbors to smell it too. Okay, oh, happy birthday. We have got to get this thing voted back. This is all we have left as a family, and with 3 women, we need more of our pink sugar here. So happy birthday is so good. It is the perfect confetti cake scent. So it's got the right amount of vanilla, it has the right amount of that, like, you know, cake mix that you made as a kid, and it is yummy deliciousness. So please, please, people, let's get this back and bring back my bar soon. Okay, now the twin sister to Pink Haze is Sugar. Sugar's slightly stronger. It's cotton candy and lemon drops. And excuse the dogs, they came in, so now they're gonna be sneakers. And Sugar and Pink Haze, there's not so much difference that if one of them went away forever that I would cry, but I prefer Pink Haze a little bit more, even though this is stronger. Okay. Aloha Citrus. Now here is a bar. This is a terrible performer, but I love it. Oh, it's so good. It's got jade blossom and vetiver and something else in here. And I don't know what it is about this, but I never get tired of it. You have to put like 3 cubes in a warmer. It's got to be in a small space. It's got to be a really hot warmer. And then I just love it. I love it. I love it. So I have like 2 or 3 bars of that. Okay, what's next? Ooh, cherry vanilla. Okay, opposite of Aloha Citrus. This is as strong. Almost. Oh yeah. Whew, this is almost as strong as Rainbow Sherbet. So this comes back occasionally to bring back my bar, and don't mix this up with cherry limeade, which is here. So cherry vanilla, cherry limeade. Cherry vanilla is a little bit creamier, and it's heavy on that maraschino cherry, and I think it's supposed to have white chocolate and ice cream in it. This is a good bar, but you got to put it in the right place and keep your windows open, in my opinion. So then cherry limeade's even stronger, but this is really, really good, but man, is it strong. Whew. So this has really zesty lime and then that really sweet syrupy cherry. So honestly, I think I'm going to try to mix this with cocoa lime to cut the strength of this, but keep that beautiful key lime. So then after that, we have 1 part of a bar of sweet pea and vanilla. This is for my daughter. I'm not a fan, but she loves it. This is a very pretty floral. I think it's got raspberry and sweet pea, and this is like 1990s old school Bath & Body Works type of a scent. It's very nice and very classic. Okay, Paradise Punch. Now, I had not ordered Paradise Punch till last summer. It's really good. So it's a mixture of oranges and berries. And it's nice and strong and zesty and tart. So if you haven't picked this up and you're kind of okay with fruit scents, try this one this summer. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Okay. Ooh, Go-Go Mango. Now, I just melted this for the first time a couple days ago. And this is much better than a lot of people have led me to believe. It had good performance, decent throw, probably just a 1-dayer, but it wasn't disappointing to me. So it's got the mango and some florals and banana leaf. And I think the banana leaf saves it from being too sweet. And it's really good. So I see why there are a lot of people that brag that this is a good bar. Okay. Ooh, oh, Snapdragon. Now, this would probably be number 6 or 7 on my top 10 of all the spring and summer scents. It's not super strong. If it was a little bit better performer, it would be higher on my list. But the scent appeal is wonderful. So it's got pink pineapple, snapdragon blooms, and some other stuff, and it's so good. It's light. It's almost watery, although there are no watery notes in it, and floral in a very comforting way. Okay, now here is one of those classics that's around all year. Johnny Appleseed. At one point, this would retire for spring, summer, and people whined about it it would retire for fall, winter, excuse me. People whined about it enough that now it's always in the catalog. And this is straight up Mac apple, really strong. Now, a lot of people like to mix this. I find it hard to mix because it's not a mellow apple. It's a very sharp Macintosh apple, so I really tend to just leave this thing alone and put it in when I'm in the mood. It's very good. A little bit more mellow apple is your appealing apple, and this was a scent of the month last year. I think Johnny Appleseed might be more versatile, but appealing apple is a little higher on scent appeal for me because it adds a little bit of floral and it's very sweet. So this is really good. And okay, here's another terrible performer. This is Summer Soleil. Now, I got 5 or 6 bars of this last year for BBMB. If the marshmallow note has cured over the course of the last year, this bar is amazing, but it's very, very light. So it's got marshmallow and I believe pineapple and something that makes it this peachy color. Years ago, I had 1 bar of this and I loved it and always wanted it to come back in a BBMB. Got it last year, was terribly disappointed with the bad throw, which I knew was probably going to be like that for the first year. So I'm just really hoping, I should probably melt this and see what happened, that over the course of the year, I got enough performance out of it that it was worth the investment of the bars because it's such a gorgeous smell if you can get enough performance. So then we've got Pink Rhubarb Sugar, last one in this bin. This is new. And it's pretty good. It's got a sugar note, it's got the tartness from the raspberry, and it's got the tartness from the rhubarb. I find it interesting. I need to melt it more to give you a real verdict. I haven't found it to be great on performance. In a way, it sort of reminds me of sweet plum pastry, but not exactly. So the verdict is out on how I feel about this bar. So after that, we're going to do one more smaller bin for this first section of my spring summer bar tour. And this is a bin that I would call my transition bars. These are bars that I cannot live without that really probably belong in fall winter, but they're not so fall winter that I feel like, you know, I'm doing pumpkin or pine. So the first one of those is a masculine smell called Hendrix that just came back in the Bring Back My Bar. And oh man, is this good. Sandalwood, patchouli, tobacco flower, pink pepper. It's so warm and oh man, sensual. And then I don't know where my bar is, but Satin Sheets should be in here too. And that's vanilla and sandalwood. That's in the catalog. If you like Hendrix, try Satin Sheets. I think that has sort of like a ruby colored front and then the wax is white and it must be downstairs somewhere. Next, I have one last bar of French Kiss. I should have kept this in my club. This was a BBMB a couple summers ago. It's so sophisticated. Coconut pulp, fig, maybe amber? I don't know. It doesn't throw super well, which is why I took it out. But man, this gets voted back every 2 or 3 years and I see why. It's intriguing. It's somewhat like brown sugar and fig from BBW, but I like this better. So that's French Kiss. That's sort of a moody scent. And I'll probably keep it until August because it kind of meets that I'm not ready for fall, but I'm sick of summer criteria. So then a stronger version of that is Midnight Fig. Midnight Fig is like, whoosh, and is strong. And it's so good. Oh man. So I tried to recreate French Kiss by mixing this with, I don't remember what, and it was a failure anyway, so I guess it does. Oh, there's caramel in French Kiss. I tried melting this with salted caramel cupcake. Don't do it. It didn't give me French Kiss. It gave me yuck. So anyway, Midnight Fig, probably leave it alone. But if you love fig, oh, this was so good. Bring Back My Bar from January. Will stay in my club for a while. Love it. It's another one of these 1 cube. That's all you need in the room. Leave it alone kind of deal. So then there's another purple one. A lot of people have given Vanilla Blackberry a dubious reputation. They say it smells like something recreational, which I've never tried to do that, but I don't smell that. Maybe just because I'm not familiar enough, but Vanilla Blackberry to me smells like the cedar and the vanilla and the blackberries, and I love it, but a lot of people do not like this thing. And I doubt that we'll ever see it back because it's gotten that dubious reputation. So then we've got Welcome Home. Now, Welcome Home is the boring, polite spice bar. I like it, but I don't love it. I actually inherited this bar from my mom. And yeah, it's spice, but it's just kind of okay for me. So if you're afraid of spice, this might be your bar. The other one that goes with that is Cinnamon Vanilla. Now, Cinnamon Vanilla, some days I love it, some days I really don't like it. I guess it depends on the temperature outside and my mood, because I liked it a lot last summer, enough to get a couple extra bars. But I tried melting it this month. I'm not liking it right now. So this one's got cinnamon and vanilla and a little bit of coconut milk. And I don't know if it's the coconut that makes it weird, but it's a spring summer spice scent, but it doesn't always do it for me. Okay, so then I have a couple bars left of vanilla bourbon. Now, vanilla bourbon was in the Father's Day collection last year, and I just wish that the thing was stronger. It's so good, but yeah, I can't smell it much. It's smooth. It's got the bourbon. It almost feels a little bit like maple syrup, but not too sweet. And I keep it and put it in small spaces to enjoy, but it just wasn't worth keeping in my club because it wasn't a great throw. Okay, now this one is supposed to be fall winter, but Cashmere and Corduroy I just came around to because I didn't really like it last fall. This is amazing. It's sophisticated, it's super strong, lasts 2 days. I like it better after about the first 8 hours. I feel like there's a sharpness, maybe there's a bergamot in here, that kind of burns off. And then you get this amazing, smooth, sophisticated, hard to describe scent that's totally addictive. And the bar Relax that will be coming out on the 21st, that would be amazing in alternate warmers with this. So that's in my club now. Okay, then we've got Around the Campfire, which is totally a fall-winter smell, but you cannot not mix this for like a summer bonfire. So this and Toasted Marshmallow, or I can't really think of anything else off the top of my head that's not a fall-winter bar to mix with this. Maybe if I was daring, I would try Midnight Fig and Around the Campfire. Either it will be awesome or it will stink to high heaven. So I don't know. Anyway, Around the Campfire, I hope it comes back next year. I think I clubbed it. I definitely bought a lot of them, but the rest of those are in my fall winter stash. Very, very good smoky bar with a little bit of a sweet sap. Incredibly good mixer if you want something smoky and moody. Okay, Blue Sage and Tonka. Now here's the other one that was fall winter that I think can stay in my transition bin when I'm just sick of sweet and light. Now this is softer than Cashmere and Corduroy. It's a little more masculine. It's like a soft, somewhat masculine scent. I believe that it has tonka bean, black lavender, and blue sage, I think. And it's really good. It's a medium to medium light throw depending on the room, but very, very comforting. Probably good on a rainy day. Okay, now I have talked and talked and talked. Ooh, what's left? We just talked about Cambridge in my what I've been warming today, and this, I would love to see this back and to bring back my bar vote. It came back several times a few years ago, and then it's just fallen off the map. And it's a warm, masculine cologne. This is a little stronger. This is a little more mellow. They share some similarities. It would be hard for me to pick one of the two if I could only have one. Hendrix is deeper. Cambridge is a little bit more polite. I think I'd pick Hendrix. I mean, can you tell? But they're both really, really good, and I'd like to see Cambridge back. And last but not least in this bin, because I couldn't figure out what else to categorize it with, I have Boho. And this is a fall-winter apple and spice scent, but it's also floral. It's really interesting. Oh, and this is so good. This was in the Bring Back My Bar from January. It's in my club. It's a medium light performer if you put it in the wrong room, medium to medium strong performer if you get the right number of cubes, right warmer, smaller room. Excellent bar, and I will be keeping that around. So I would say that's enough for our very first round of what is in my spring and summer collection, and I hope you guys have enjoyed that, and I will see you soon with part 2. Bye-bye!